But in my practice I've had this practice here in Cleveland since 1996. And in my practice, the sickest, most unhealthiest people I have ever taken care of are long-term vegans.
For years, our ranch has been strictly a cow-calf operation. What that means is that we have a herd of mom cows that live on the ranch their entire lives. Over the years, dad cows come to visit, and we end up with, you guessed it, baby cows. Those baby cows, or calves, live their entire lives with their moms until they're about 6 months old. Then we put them on a truck and we send them off to auction. At auction, bidders then tell us what our year's worth of work is worth. We take our once-a-year paycheck, and the calves go on to the next stage in their lives. While at the ranch, moms get some much-needed rest. Their 400 to 600-pound calves are shipped to either a stocker or a feeder farm. There, they're fed over the winter, and in a few months, they'll be either sold or moved again to a feedlot. This stage is focused mainly on cow growth and efficiency. The main purpose is to get that calf to a certain weight with as little cost as possible. And one of the main ways that they do that is to limit the amount of energy that an animal spends trying to find food.
People in charge, politicians, billionaire oligarchs, celebrities, are telling you you have to fight climate change by changing what you eat. Now, you may not want to change what you eat. No one ever voted on that. But democracy doesn't matter when it comes to the food supply.
The food is brought to them. These animals are now around 1 year old and about 700 to 800 pounds. They're started on a high forage diet with grains and high energy products. This is where some 99% of cows are actually given a steroidal hormone implant to help promote faster growth.
Menu.
Bugs for dinner.
Cattle normally remain in a feedlot for 3 to 4 months or until they weigh about 1,200 pounds. When they reach this weight, they are sold again and taken to a packing plant to be slaughtered and distributed. From there, they end up at your grocery store and eventually your plate.
People in charge really want us to eat bugs?
Ancient elites were
conspiracy people. They invent anything you can think of, but no, it's complete nonsense.
A calf that a rancher, way back in the very beginning of this whole process, he raised the mom, he birthed the calf, he took care of it, and eventually sold it at auction for about $800, is now worth thousands. The meat, the hide, the blood, the bones, all worth something to somebody. And meat packers have really figured out how to make the most out of every single animal. Now, take a look at the prices of the meat in your grocery store.
Insects may be on our...
And the shrinking supply, it's not on the rancher's end. More and more ranchers and farmers are offering their chance for anybody to come and buy a whole cow's worth of meat, or even a fraction of it. All these steps I talked about before, the feeders, the feedlots, the processor, the distributor, along with brokers and buyers and sellers, that's how meat gets to your store. And with that many steps, my belief is that the whole system is easier to manipulate.
How about you eating the bugs?
Live weight, or on the hoof, is how much a cow weighs when it's alive. Hanging weight, or on the rail, is how much a calf weighs after it's been slaughtered. This is minus the skin, the head, and all the internal organs. Hanging weight. Another question is, how much is it going to cost? Since we changed our business plan in 2015 and started offering beef directly to the consumer, we've had the same price. It's never gone up. If you're buying a half or a whole from us, it's $4.75 a pound hanging weight. A 1,200-pound steer will hang at about 730 pounds. A whole will cost you then about $3,500. A half, $1,750. For us, that price includes all processing, USDA inspection, vacuum packing, and delivery within 100 miles.
disorders used to be called anorexia. Just like Stockholm syndrome. Just like schizophrenia.
Hi, this is Marina from Health Gloves, a certified raw vegan diet and healthy lifestyle coach. My energy level is quite high and I feel fantastic. Yes, it is true. Currently, I am underweight, but that is the part of the detoxification process. People ask me how to be on a raw vegan diet.
Detoxing
yet
doesn't
everywhere
involve
around
losing
are
mass
tempting
quantities of
barbecues.
weight.
The truth is that a diet of fresh fruits and vegetables with moderate amounts of nuts and seeds is simply a natural diet for humans, and that is the very diet that is contributing to our health. So every moment is the right moment for our natural diet.
These microfiber cloths are reusable and washable, so they're better for the environment.
Kale food time! Oh, quick tip, to get that nice green color, take some of the soup from the pot and you blend it, then add it back into the pot. It's that easy.
My tip is put a little bit in something you already like. I didn't used to like kale. My mom and dad started putting it in things they knew I liked.
They have not
followed
followed the laws of nature, and they have not treated their body like a temple. People are walking around in a state of sickness and they don't even know it. Everything I eat comes from nature. Your life is just gonna blow up with fireworks of amazingness. My vitality right now is through the roof. I just feel so good in my skin. I just feel so light. I take digestive enzymes with every meal, and I take a lot of them.
Which is store-bought parasites.
Bananas, grapes, and apples. Watermelons.
My connection to the astral plane,
They don't eat meat, but their teeth look like they've been eating dirt.
Actually having experiences with the gods and goddesses. Not that they were God, but they were astral plane figures.
This is a religion.
They would identify themselves as
veganism.
Particular deep spiritual teachings.
Oh my God, crazy.
This is what it's all about.
Look at that tooth about to fall out.
I saw a great light, a flying saucer, and they gave me much direction on how to stay telepathically in contact with them. I'm eating fruit to keep their vibration in order to keep talking with them.
What do you think when you feel so funny? Because right now you think you're just so stupid, but maybe really on the inside, they just don't understand you at the moment. Maybe you will be understood later. what really happens when you only
In a
inside
psychiatric
don't
ward.
understand really what's going on.
Okay, I can't keep it in any longer. The truth is the truth, whether people believe it or not. I've been having out-of-body experiences with angels that have been taking me inside our earth to Eden. This earth is hollow. There's a sun inside. They've taken me there. They've taken me even inside the sun.
I'm going to use this grass juice to make my regular baby milk. Did you know that all grass is juiceable? This is like common crabgrass, but it is also very nutrient dense. Eat your weeds and juice your grass. Clean green spring milk. Greens are ounce for ounce the highest
Substitute
in
because she
vitamins,
can't make
minerals,
any
and
milk.
protein of any food source.
I do not find peaceful to kill an innocent animal to eat it. Fruit is healthy and you can just pick it from the tree. Non-violent.
Crack addict.
Yeah.
You are love and you are light and you are free. Free to make your way. We are frutivores. We are designed. We have the teeth to eat fruit. We want the high vibrations, and fruit is just.
So why are
the
their teeth
highest
falling out?
vibrational food on the planet. It will clear up your skin. It will detox you out. Look at my shoulder. I even got marks from carrying that heavy bag. My body needs rest right now. That's how you build muscles on this raw vegan diet. I love the coconut meat in these young ones because they taste like egg whites. Like they have consistency of an egg white.
She's fiending
I
for
recently
real food.
graduated early from high school to study regenerative design, sustainable living, and vegan permaculture.
Go vegan!
Insanity.
Come on! Plant-based fitness, vegan lifestyle and fitness. Plant-based fitness, vegan lifestyle and fitness. I start my day off with a fruit salad. I'm carved up, feeling healthy and full of energy. Food is my prevention, I don't need chemical remedies. I don't take prescription pills, I'm never feeling sick or ill unless we talking about the rhymes I spit and how I fit my skills. So now we go to flies, side, and front. Lightweight. I do light. I don't really do heavyweight these days.
I do think children on a raw vegan diet may grow at a different rate because they're not having artificial hormones in their food and they're not having certain chemicals in their food. And so the endocrine system, which governs growth, will be functioning in a different way. So
This
I think
is their
growth rates will be
indoctrination.
different.
Our
With my elder boy,
sermons.
he was on the growth charts of an Asian vegetarian child rather than a child on a Western omnivorous diet. With his milk tea, he had a few issues just because he used to feed a lot at night.
So, Arya, what was your idea for a smoothie you wanted?
Kiwi, mango, banana, pineapple.
Say it to the camera. Tell the people on YouTube.
Kiwi, banana, pineapple, mango.
Little fruits and vegetables can go wrong because
Look at the black rings under their eyes.
I think something that's really important is that milk is really, really important for the first 3 to 4 years of a child's life.
Protein is bad for you if you get more than 15% of your calories from protein. That's not good for your health. The longest living populations in the world are all consuming less than 15% of their calories from proteins. There's literally
That's
no
a
such
lie.
thing as a high protein food that is a suitable food for human consumption.
If we were meant to eat meat, we would be able to eat it raw. And we cannot eat meat raw. Look at our limbs, look at our freaking muscular structure. That's why people
You're not
shit
supposed to eat
steak. That's why
vegetables
they
raw
hardly
either.
steak. Because they put shit, fermented meat into their bodies. Humans have only been found to only be found 10% of their calories from protein, like at the most.
That's a lie.
Yeah! I'm calorie muscle. I'm a fucktard.
Come on, motherfucker!
I got in to the fruit. I got into fruitarianism because of health. I just want to feel and function as best as I can. Man, I just feel great.
After the workout, you want to give your body back what he just lost. So I just lost the watermelon. I want to feel amazing. I want to be as healthy as possible. Eat well, feel well. Eat shitty, feel shitty. So better use soy milk, put it into your coffee. I listen to science. Just use soy milk, oat milk, hemp milk, coconut milk, a trillion different ways.
They're insane.
To improve your health easily.
I'm going to use this grass juice to make my regular baby milk. Did you know that all grass is juiceable? This is like common crabgrass, but it is also very nutrient-dense. Eat your weeds and juice your grass. Clean green spring milk. Greens are ounce for ounce the
Substitute because she can't make any milk.
I do not find it feasible to kill an innocent animal to eat it. Fruit is healthy and you can just pick it from the tree. Non-violent.
Crack addict.
Free to make We are frugivores. We are designed. We have the teeth to eat fruit. We want the high vibrations, and fruit is just.
So why are their teeth falling out?
Food planet. Clear your skin. It will detox you out. Look at my shoulder. I even got marks from carrying that heavy bag. My body needs rest right now. That's how you build muscles on this raw vegan diet. I love the coconut meat in these young ones because they taste like egg whites. Like they have consistency of an egg white.
She's fiending for real fruit.
And always make sure you're clear on how much the meat will cost. If you're paying hanging weight, if you're paying live weight, or maybe you're paying take-home weight, is there a separate fee to process or package the meat? Do you have to pick it up yourself or somebody else deliver it? And when it comes to packaging, how long will it last in the freezer? Is it paper wrapped or is it vacuum sealed?
The company is called Insect. This is the insect protein, just been approved by the EU.
Klaus Schwab said,
We have infiltrated the governments of the Netherlands. And he's really...
He's quite open about it.
He's open about it. So no conspiracy theory whatsoever.
Nobody forces people to eat insects.
Of course, that depends on what cuts you choose. So that's another question to ask. How do you make sure you get the cuts you want? Our customers are given a cut sheet where we can guide them through the process. Everyone gets a copy and we make sure that it all matches up at the end.
It means investing into a greener and therefore more sustainable economy. Climate change can lead to an extinction of large parts of our global population.
But there are some other things to think about as you make the decision to, well, who to support. As meat prices climb, your supply of beef in the freezer means that it doesn't affect you. You also know that your beef was raised locally. You may even know who raised it. You can ask them questions about their operation, bringing you closer to where your food comes from and those that make it possible for all of us to eat. I've had customers tell me that the steak or hamburger that they purchased here on the ranch is the best they've ever had. It may be, or it may not be, the best tasting beef. But what makes it the best is the connection they feel with it. Knowing where your food comes from is a luxury that many never have. Over the years of processing beef from the ranch, we've broken it down and made it a little bit easier by starting with a 1,000-pound steer. Just math-wise, it works out better. That 1,000-pound steer on the rail is 610 pounds of beef, 61%. And once the carcass is hanging and it actually begins to shrink, that's actually due to moisture loss. Fat and bone is removed during cutting. That leaves us with about 430 pounds of beef to take home.
Ladies and gentlemen, but we are in the midst of the fourth industrial revolution, which accelerates global change. Global energy systems, food systems, and supply chains will be deeply affected.
Now, we'll start at the back end. Round is about 24%. That's roasts, cube steaks, and ground beef at about 103 pounds. Sirloins are next. That gives us sirloin steaks, some stew meat, a little bit more ground. That's 38 pounds. Short loin is the upper portion behind the ribs where the porterhouse and T-bones live, accounting for another 34 pounds of meat. Flank is below short ribs, flank steak and ground for another 17 pounds. Ribeye steaks, back ribs, and more ground, about 39 pounds up there. Short plate is below the rib, and that's short ribs and skirt steaks for another 30 pounds. Chuck, a huge portion, up on the shoulder. That's more roast, stew meat, ground beef for 107 pounds. Brisket, another 25 pounds. Shank for soup bones and more ground is another 17. Then you throw in the fat that you use for cooking and making of sausage for 4% for another 17 pounds. That's the entire count. Total ground beef, about 150 pounds. Total round roasts and steaks, 70 pounds. 75 pounds of chuck roast and steaks there. 66 pounds of rib and loins. And to round things out, another 50 pounds of brisket, flanks, ribs, and skirt. How much does all that feed? On the average, a whole freezer of cow is great for a family of 3 or more that eats beef 4 times a week.
So much in the mission of Beyond Meat that I've stepped in to help with my greatest asset, my taste. This plant-based meat is not only amazingly delicious, but it's also better for you and better for the planet.
How much does all that feed?
I'm Nicole Kidman, and I am going to eat a 4-course meal of bug.
How much does all that feed?
It's a simple change that makes a really big difference. Well done. And now that I'm Beyond Meat's Chief Taste Consultant, there's never been a better time to go beyond.
How much does all that feed? On the average, a whole freezer of cow is great for a family of 3 or more that eats beef 4 times a week.
I'm Nicole Kidman, and I am going to eat a 4-course meal of bugs.
How much does all that feed?
They're still alive. Very moist, chewy. Can't quite describe the flavor. Water. Let's try the second course, shall we?
How much does all that feed?
Here we go. Some mini ones. I'm telling you, I'd win Survivor. That is a fruity taste. Recommend it.
How much does all that feed?
Nothing you've ever tasted like a hairy nut.
How much does all that feed?
For dessert, the fried grasshopper. These are amazing. These are exquisite grasshoppers. I recommend them for anyone. Thank you for spending so much time with me and watching me get done.
Hi, I'm Mike. Have you ever thought about buying a whole or a half a cow?